So the other day I was trolling through the YouTubes and ran across a video by Lolly over at Lollipalooza. We all know Lolly, right? And she was showing how to make these index tabs out of a paper clip so that they're movable. Look at that, y'all. You can put it here or you can change your mind and you can put it here. And I needed this in my life desperately, and she just had the perfect solution. And I think that she was inspired by someone else, and you know how that goes. But hers is the video that I saw, so I will give you a link to that so that you can watch and see the real way to do this. And I'm going to show you my way of muddling through it. But yeah, you're going to want to watch Lolly. Yeah, I need this for my En Masse journal. I'm doing a live En Masse Journal class here next month. And I've got my En Masse journal, which has these flimsy paper index tabs that serve their purpose. And I really actually kind of like the messy look of them. But then I wanted to give the people in my class maybe an alternative for store-bought index tabs. Now, if you have, a punch or a die cut machine, you can easily make some yourself. I don't have that. A lot of people don't. So Lolly's solution was just kind of perfect. And she made hers out of pretty scrapbook paper, and she decorated each one, and hers are just lovely. But I'm going to show you the junky version because that's kind of what I like, and it's really what I'm into right now. I'm doing a lot of really, really junky junk journaling. And this adapts very well for that. So, to make these movable index tabs, you're going to need you some paper or cardstock. I think like a lightweight cardstock is what Lolly recommended. Nothing too heavy. If you use something really heavy, then it becomes hard to use your little tabs. So, I am going to use some magazine covers because I have a lot of them, and I've been harvesting a lot of magazines for my upcoming classes, and I've been saving the covers, and I wasn't really sure why, but I think I've kind of figured it out. So what I did is I have a stack cutter, so it was easy for me to cut the spines off, and I'm keeping my spines because I actually have an idea for them. So yeah, I'm going to do something with those. Anyway, if you're doing this, you can use a magazine cover, you can use cardstock, scrapbook paper, whatever you've got. And let's just find a cover here somewhere. Look how awesome those are. Let's see. Let's just use this one. I have a bunch of these. So we'll use this one. Oh no, I already used that one. That was the first one I did. So let's do, I used that one. Oh, that one's kind of cool. Let's use this one. I like those colors. And if you have a certain pattern or design that you want to kind of showcase in your index tab, Lolly can explain how to turn your page to do that. There's a certain way you cut it so that it's face up, and it confuses me. It's just basically, I don't know. My brain just doesn't really absorb that. Maybe because my brain, that's not important to me. So, yeah. It's confusing. But anyway, if you want like your text to be right side up, then you're going to have to cut it, 9 inches this way instead of this way. And yeah, Lolly will help you with that. Shannon's just going to kind of muddle you through and really show you the super easy, janky way to do this. So whatever you use, your paper or cardstock, you're going to want it to be 9 inches long. So I like this blue. I don't want to cut that off. So I'm going to cut my 9 inches this way, like so. And then I'm going to save that for I don't know what. So there we have it. And now you're going to want to score it. Now here's my 9-inch length right here, more or less. And then you're going to score it. Okay, don't worry about the width of it yet. You're going to score it 2 inches, 4.5, 6.5, 8 1/4. So I'm going to use my little scoreboard thing here. Lay it down. And this as my guide, I'm going to score it at 2 inches, 4.5, 6.5, and 8 1/4. Can't see. There it is. 8 1/4. Okay, so there's my score lines. And now I can cut this into 1.5 inch widths. So my score lines are going this way. This is my 9-inch length, so I want to cut it like this so that each strip is 9 inches with the scores going this way. So you want to cut your strip thingies at 1.5 inches wide. Okay? So 1.5. And see, you can get several out of each piece of cardstock or magazine cover or scrapbook paper, whatever it is that you're using. I think I can get one more. 1.5. Yep. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential paperclip index tab thingies. So now you want to fold them in a way that, okay, Lolly described it as like a letter C. So, and she'll tell you Mountain Valley, Mountain Valley. I just fold it till I get the same shape that she got. Now you want to use your bone folder to crease your score lines. And you want a letter C. So this one has to go this way. See, this one went this way, this one went the same way. This one has to go backwards to get me the letter C. See? See the C? It's a C. And then it's on like a little pedestal that it can, you know, jump from. I don't know. So fold that back the opposite way so that your C looks like that, and it's on a little stand. Does that make sense? I don't know. So I folded this one that way, so I'm going to fold this one this way. We'll do it the opposite so that the other side is out. And once you do a couple of these, then it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, now it makes sense. Because at first it may not. It may seem a little confusing. But I promise it's not. It'll be okay. And if you use a really thick magazine cover or cardstock, you may get some cracking at the seams if you're folding against the grain. And that doesn't bother me because I'm using these for, you know, junky junk journals. So yeah, not an issue. But if that bothers you, you're going to want to either fold your paper with the grain, or you're going to want to do like Lolly did, and you can like ink the edges and, you know, make it really decorative. glue another piece of paper on the top to make it pretty and, you know, cover up stuff, whatever you want. Okay, so there's 3. And just remember a C on a little pedestal, I guess. And then you're going to need some paper clips. And you're going to need like the jumbo, these are the 2-inch kind. So you're going to need your 2-inch paper clips. And you're going to paper clip the C where the C meets the pedestal. So right there. That's where the C meets the pedestal. That's where your paper clip goes. And if you look, you're going to have one side that's just a little bit shorter than the other. And that tells you how to position your paper clip because your loops, one is shorter than the other. So you put the short loop on the short side and the long loop on the long side. Okay? So let's do that. Short loop on the short side for all these. So now we have our pedestal is up against the bottom of our letter C. Then we can glue everything down. And Lolly used, you know, the right glue for the job. And in my world, the right glue for the job is the one that I have on hand. And I've got Fabri-Tac. So, and it's holding just fine. I think it will work. You'll probably want something similar to Fabri-Tac, or you can use the, Lolly used like a metal glue for the paperclip part, and then a paper glue for the paper part. I can't get the lid off my Fabri-Tac. I just used it yesterday. How could it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, you may need something a little bit more than white glue. I really think tacky glue would work. It's going to take a little longer to dry, and this is why I picked Fabri-Tac out of the other glues I had on hand, because it dries really fast. And it's not as squishy outy as some of the others. So I'm going to take and put glue here. I'm just going to go right over my paper clip just so that it doesn't get the idea of moving around too much in there. Come out. There we go. And then I'm going to go around the edge just like that, and I'll do that for all of these. Over the paper clip, around the edge. Don't forget that top edge. Okay. Now, just fold that up, press it down. Make sure everything's even. And yeah, see the Fabri-Tac, it just grabs right hold. Doesn't slide around too much. That's why it's awesome. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to do the other side. Same thing. Just over the paper clip and then all around the edge. And then fold the top down. You can see these are just so easy to make. You can do a whole bunch at one time. Use up some of your scraps. Now for this little flap, and I actually played with the design because this little flap kind of bothered me. So I kind of played with the different lengths to make there not be a little flap, and I discovered that the little flap really does serve a purpose when using your index tab, because see, this is where your paper goes when you slide it in. And this really needs to fold back this way, like this. And I played with lengthening this so that it met down here. And I didn't like it. So yeah, this tab is kind of necessary, I think, in my world. And Lolly said, you know, you can just glue the sides and make it a tiny little pocket and put a little cute something something right there, or just glue the whole thing down. And I tend to just glue the whole flap down. Yeah, it really does make the, when you're using your paper clip, it is helpful, that little flap folding up like that. So, fold that up. Just like so. And then you can use some little binder clips to hold everything together if you want. And yeah, with Fabri-Tac it doesn't take long for it to set really well. So yeah, you can do that, or just squeeze your edges shut really well. Make sure everything is glued down. And that is all there is to it. See, you've got this little shorter edge right here. That helps to slide it onto your paper. You need that shorter edge. And then there you go. And then this top part is for your label, which you can write on. I've been using my little label maker to, where'd it go? To print out the stuff. So I'm going to go in and do all of my alphabet pages first, and then I'll go back and do my other pages, and then it'll be like I'll have this whole side of neat, tidy index tabs with all these super messy, awesome pages. So that's going to be fun. I think it'll look really good. I don't know that I'll actually finish that, you know, before the class. I'm hoping I will, but anyway. These I did corner round, and you probably want to do this after your glue is dry. So make sure your glue's dry so that you don't gunk up your chomper. But for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to gunk up my chomper. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch one, and then just go in and round my corners. Now if you want to, you know, use your little flap as a pocket, before you glue it down, you can round its little corners too, or just wait till you're done and round the whole thing. So that is it for fun, removable, or not removable, but movable index tabs for your journals or your scrapbook or your planner or whatever. So thank you very much, Lolly, for sharing your information and giving out such good instructions. Y'all go over there and see how to really do it, and then you can come back here and watch me muddle through it. But yeah, if I did it, I figured it out, following her instructions. They turn out great every time, so you can do this. And just remember your measurements: 1.5 by 9, score at 2, 4.5, 6.5, 8.25. Got it? Easy peasy. Y'all have fun. The end.